what kind of country we have going forward. I also wanted to thank President Trump. I am so proud of him. He's worked tirelessly for us, for the American people. He's fighting to preserve the American way of life. He wants all Americans to have the absolute best future possible. He wants opportunity for everybody, no matter what their starting point is. He's maligned, he is impugned, he is ripped to shreds and so forth, and I think that he deserves much more credit than he has gotten for what he has done for America in the 3.5 years or a little bit longer now. And I just wanted to throw in my 2 cents for my preference for him to win, and I want him to win big today. I don't want there to be any doubt about this.
So, Rush, what do you think will happen? I know what you want. It's pretty clear you guys are buddies, whether politics or not. But what do you think? How does this unfold today, Rush? Because I know you crunch the numbers too.
I look at the conventional wisdom, and I make it a point never to follow it. It's always wrong, and it's groupthink. Why you want to go along with what everybody else thinks? So, early voting, absentee voting, what's everybody think? Everybody thinks it's a bunch of Democrats that hate Trump showing up because they hate the guy and they can't wait to vote against. This is what the drive-by media has been telling us. So what if this early voting is a bunch of Trump voters who are fed up with the way their man's been treated? They're fed up with the way he's been lied about. They're fed up with this Russian conspiracy hoax and this impeachment hoax. They're fed up with the attempts to destroy this country via Antifa and Black Lives Matter, and they're tired of watching the cities burn. They're tired of watching Democrat governors and mayors shut down their cities and states. What's to say this early voting isn't a bunch of Republicans and Trump supporters showing up to get it out of their system? The idea that the enthusiasm is all on the Democrat side, that's media made up stuff. So I think there's a whole different way of looking at this. It is my way of looking at it, and I welcome everybody to join me in my way of looking at this. Because
so
my way,
you think it's going to be a
victory.
blowout?
My way is Trump winning and preserving the American way of life. And isn't that what this is all about?
Rush, how fearful are you if the Democrats win across the board? What if they do win the president? Biden's elected. What if they get those 3 seats in the Senate? They keep the House. They pack the court. What does that mean for our country?
I'm very worried. That's the whole point. And Biden, the thing that frustrates me about it, he doesn't even have a bond with his voters. He's just the generic Democrat with the D next to his name on the ballot. Kamala Harris had to get out of the Democrat primaries before a single vote was cast. So the people that are really running this Biden-Kamala Harris operation are people we know who they are. They're big tech, social media tech giants in the media and so forth. But we've reached a point in America where the American left doesn't like this country. They haven't liked it for a long time. And I think if they have the chance, Ainsley, they'll rip the Constitution to shreds as best they can and rewrite it. And they'll make government power the centerpiece of American life. And the American people are not going to know what hit them. Because this isn't the old Democrats versus Republicans. It used to be that the Democrats and the Republicans at least had the same objectives, wanted prosperity for people, wanted a good life, kids, great future. We don't even have that in common with the Democrats anymore. There isn't any overlap. So as far as I'm concerned, they are to be defeated, politically defeated, not cooperated with and not gotten along with. I don't know that it's possible. And it's not that I have any personal animus against them. It's their policies and what they are promising to do to the United States of America. They want to ruin your kids' future. If you really care about the American way of life and what you think it is on the ballot today, folks. And there's one guy standing in the way of the Democrats and the American left succeeding in this anti-American agenda, and it's Donald Trump. And I would cringe if we lose this election because of somebody's personality, because they don't like somebody's personal way he tweets or speaks or what. It's so irrelevant to the big picture. Plus, he's a good man. He's a fine guy. I know him well. He's somebody that you would want to go out and have a beer with, except he doesn't drink. He's somebody that you would want to spend time with. He's a funny guy. Look at these rallies. These things are unprecedented, the numbers of people. And by the way, you don't just drive up, go to the rally and leave. This is a full-day commitment that people have to make to go to these 57,000 people in Butler, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania. And Joe Biden's drawing 2 to 3 people in cars, honking horns.
I
Obama
waited
maybe
14
20.
hours, Rush, in Grand Rapids. 14 hours in line in Grand Rapids.
And DeSantis just talking about what happened at Opelika Sunday night in Miami. I mean, it's just amazing. How can somebody drawing crowds like that, even bigger than 4 years ago, how can this guy lose? It doesn't compute with me, especially when the other side has no enthusiasm behind him, no excitement, just that D next to his name on the ballot. And folks, one other thing here, you've got to vote today. I don't care how long the line is. If you get in line, do not leave the line. Stay there. Do not let them intimidate you. Don't let them scare you out. Election day turnout is the best weapon we've got against Democrat vote fraud. Election day turnout is how we win this. If you show up, and please do not leave the line.
Until you have voted, indeed, because as we said earlier, if you don't vote, you can't
until you
complain.
vote.
That's right. Okay, so Rush.
No, but every vote counts. You know, I talk to people, Rush, there's 300 million of us, my vote can't possibly. Yes, it does. Your vote can cancel a Democrat.